Let's go.
Welcome back to 15 Minutes of Fame. We are
The Secret.
We have a new guest on the panel. I'm a little tipsy.
Yeah.
It wouldn't come out. Bruce Alston, what's up?
How you doing, ladies?
I like your glasses.
Hey.
Give me those.
Thank you.
Yes, he's very fashionable.
You gonna let me have them?
Of course, you can have my heart. Also.
Oh, all right now.
Boom, boom.
What does that come with?
Boom, boom.
Does it come with a house
Comes
and a
with-
core and some
comes-
kids?
The bank account?
Yeah, and I need an ATM card too.
I need a 401k plan.
comes with everything. Comes with
I need the insurance plan.
It comes with the vacation home in Martha's Vineyard.
Woo!
Snatch.
All right.
Spiritual.
I'm out of here, bitches. We out. Come on, Bruce. Let's go. We got to toast them no more. You ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Oh, man.
Okay, tell us what you're doing in the community.
Well, I've organized a community group called the Urban Concerns of Jersey City,
Right.
and we've been addressing the ongoing violence issue here in Jersey
Baby
City.
Compton.
Yes.
Baby
Yes.
Compton.
L.A.
Yes,
LA.
I mean you can call it a baby Chicago. You have in Chicago
Exactly.
over 700, close to 800 men have been killed in 7 months. Black
Wow.
men.
What the hell's going
700
on?
men.
Where's Oprah?
It's in Chicago. It's
Hello,
a national
Oprah. Yes.
epidemic.
Yes.
Wow.
Here in Jersey City, we've had 9 deaths in 1 month in July.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So we're out here organizing the community, trying to get a community plan together to address the violence and do
Uh-huh.
something and provide these young men opportunities to get themselves back on the right road and
Yes.
stop this black-on-black crime.
Right.
Yes.
Sad thing about it is, everyone's out here raging about Trayvon Martin and George Zimmerman, but you
Yeah.
got, as it went to a rally today, a gentleman pointed out, you got Trayvon killing Trayvon out here right
True.
now.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So, to the
don't
young
see
men
it.
out here that to the rapper that came on, man, we need people like you to spread the word, man, and let
Yes,
these brothers
yes.
know in your message, man, that's not tolerable.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
not tolerable,
Yeah.
us killing each other.
well,
there's
I'm
no
his
need for that.
manager, so I'm going to help him spread the word.
Oh, definitely. She's gonna get her 15% too.
He talking about
Trust me.
7. I work for those 7. He tripping.
Let me tell y'all a quick story. I went to the club one time with Saya, right?
Whoop, whoop.
The bill came back. It was $2,500. I said, Saya, we said buy you drinks. We didn't say buy your crew and everybody else.
Oh, snap.
That's how we do.
So Saya
You
will,
a bad girl,
Saya
and my
will
friend's
spend
bad
that
too.
bread.
Right? Beyonce song. I think I'm young, but
But,
I'm
ready.
ready.
But I like what you ladies are doing here, though. But
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Wanna
let's talk
see-
about, what I think, Bruce?
What's
I
that?
think it starts in the home, though, with these
Exactly.
kids.
let me touch on let me
parents.
touch on
The
that.
parents
need to be
Let me
more in
touch
touch
on
with
that.
these
I'm
kids.
gonna touch on that seriously. A good friend of mine I was speaking to on the phone, and she's studying for a doctorate, and she made a good point. Hurt people hurt people.
Yes.
And right now you have single mothers raising their children, and they're hurt. Who are they hurt by 9 times out of 10? A black man or a man who's neglected his family, neglected his
Yeah.
responsibility. So
True.
I bring a lot of that back on the black man. We can you read the books, you hear about the new Jim Crow law, but
Yeah.
at the same time, what are us black men doing to
Not a damn
empower
thing.
our families? No, not enough.
Not a
That's for
goddamn
sure.
thing.
Can I interrupt you on that point right there? I feel like you can't necessarily blame everything on the black man because I have a son. And
talking about the
their-
fathers.
and No, I'm talking about the father. Say I understand that.
Okay.
And their dad, whatever, he was incarcerated in and out of their life. And the best thing that I was able to do as a mother, I couldn't teach him how to be a man, but I can teach him, like I said, how to love a woman, how to treat women. Period.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop you right there.
Yeah.
There's certain things you can teach him, but
Yeah.
there's only certain things you can teach him certain things, but there's
Yeah.
things I'm gonna go back with you just like this. You can teach him some things, but there's things he needs to learn from a man.
But you know what the thing is? I have 9 uncles, and that's the thing. When
Well, you
the
have that
dad
support
is
system.
not in to step up, that's when you look for
Well,
the
you have a support
uncles, the
system.
granddad.
Well,
like you
I'm
said,
gonna
I
tell you
have
some of the
support
issues
system.
that I have found out. We did a community questionnaires to find out what's really going on in the community, right? And one of the things I found out is, our black women are hurting, our black men are hurting, and you know what? It's time for us to get in a room,
Yeah.
have a conversation,
Yeah.
and work this out. Because I hate to say it,
Yeah.
black people do not love the same way white people love.
Sure don't.
You
Sure
know?
don't.
I mean, but it's values that we need to instill back into the black
And
family
I
for
can
sure.
agree with you on that note because white people they may not like each other, but they would tolerate each other to make sure that their community stays together.
And I'm gonna tell you something. I worked on Wall Street for 13 years, right? And What I'll tell
Benefits.
you, a lot of my white friends, majority of my friends were 95% white over there, and they will stay in a marriage long enough to make sure that their kids
True.
will
That's what I'm talking
their kids
about.
are together,
Yes.
that their kids
But
get
you
out
know
of
what?
college, and we
Speaking
don't do
from
that.
that point, I went through, not me, I know somebody went through that. I don't think it's, as far as that, when the kids get older, sometimes I feel like that can damage your child also, too, when they get older as an adult.
I mean,
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
I'd
true.
rather do it together than.
No, I'm
Yeah,
not
then
saying
do it
that. I'm
separately.
I'm
just
not
saying.
having it without a ring. I'm
No,
sorry.
I'm saying
not,
is, no, what I'm saying is that when a
I'm
person,
having a baby without a ring.
no, I don't, even with the ring and everything, when you stay with the person, you understand what I'm saying? You know nothing
It's a
but mommy and,
sacrifice.
you know nothing but mommy and daddy.
But the only
But
thing is, though,
when-
when you start a family, you got to remember it's the children before your happiness.
Yeah, it is.
now.
But listen to what I'm saying.
Exactly.
It's the
Exactly.
children. It is the children before your happiness. But what about when the person gets older, an adult?
Well,
and then they
Grown.
separate.
They're
No,
grown.
even as I understand as an adult, but some people deal with things differently.
That's
you
true.
understand? I'm
But
not going to put
They
anybody's
can't
business
blame
out
the
there.
arrested development on their
No,
parents.
say you don't.
What I want to
blame
tell
it.
you, what I want to tell you
I know
this,
what you're
though,
talking
No,
about
but-
your dad.
is that the
Don't-
number one thing, and I'm gonna bring this back a little bit as far as this thing we're doing with urban concerns. The number one thing that we really is trying to do is to address this violence issue with a community plan.
Yes.
And what we've done a little bit differently is that you ladies hear about there's always some
Yeah.
organization popping up, and we're trying to do something a little bit differently. We're trying to be an organization that unites all the other organizations that
Yeah.
are doing the work.
I was
There's
just
no
saying
need.
that.
There's no need for us to be another organization. We're just
Exactly.
trying to be an organization to empower all the other great activists
Mm-hmm.
and the great members in the community that work. Because a lot of times, what I hear is the argument is, no one knows what to do in a time of crisis, who to go to,
Exactly.
and we're just trying to be that bridge. So Takesha, who is our
Definitely.
nonprofit chair
Yes.
for you urban concerns, she's coming on right behind me, and
Yeah.
she'll explain some of the things that she's trying to do with her committee with the urban concerns to try to bridge some of those gaps between the communities, between the clergy, the nonprofits,
Yeah.
and the community to get everybody on the same plan.
Yeah.
Right.
I was just saying that to you when I'm speaking to Keisha off the record, whatever. It's the time for like all the black churches, everybody's like you said, division. It shouldn't be in just I. In order to fix our community, it
needs
has
to be
to
a
be
we.
we.
Well,
And that's the thing.
and see, and that's the biggest challenge that I've seen so far. See, I myself, I am the founder of Urban Concerns along with Robert Mays, but also I am a community organizer. The only thing I'm trying to do is organize the people. The people will produce the solutions.
I want to know what's
It's
the
not-
plan, though. We
The
could
plan,
organize
the plan.
all day.
This is the plan.
But
The
yeah.
plan is to perform a community plan. This community plan has basically 6 parts to it. It has a youth works committee, which is dealing with recreation. We also have an education committee that's going to deal with education. We also have an economic development and workforce committee that's going to deal with us having our own businesses in the community, also teaching our young men different career sets. We also have the nonprofit collaboration where we get the nonprofits and the clergy and everyone involved. We also have the block associations and the neighborhood committees, right? We also have the education committee. What we want to do is come up with a plan, right? And everyone that is providing a resource to the community and a service to the community, bring everyone to the table, have a condensed plan. This plan might be 250 pages, but at the same time, a mother or someone will know what to do with that plan when they feel that their child is in danger, or they
Amen.
might be in danger,
But what happened to that commercial? It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
and
Not
that's
even-
one of the.
I don't even know what's going on
Wow.
with that, because if you
Yes.
think about it
Remember that
nowadays,
commercial? They don't
I
play
feel
no
like
more.
I feel
Well-
like nowadays it's like you have grandparents, they're out
the
there
curfew.
with their kids.
Yeah,
You
and
know
the
what I mean?
curfew.
And it's like, how can you teach your child how to be
Well,
responsible?
I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Yeah.
I'm from that generation of the late 90s and the early
Yeah.
2000s, and you know what? Quite frankly, we dropped the ball.
Yeah.
My education chair, Chris Gaston, said something the other day that I think was poetic. He said, "You know what? We stopped protecting little man. We
Yeah.
stopped.
Yeah.
Our generation dropped the ball, Bruce." And
Absolutely.
he's absolutely 100% right.
Absolutely.
We stopped protecting little man, and it's time for us
It
to
is
protect little
true.
man.
Because you know what I see now, Bruce, nowadays when you see somebody child doing something, You be like, oh, such and such child doing. Before, you used to get on that child back in the day. Now you be like, oh, let's such
It
and
takes
such
a
do it.
village.
And I'm gonna bring it back to you ladies.
You can spank
You
mommy.
ladies now, you can't do that because you know what? You ladies have your all independent beefs going on with each other.
Yeah.
She used to talk to my boyfriend back in the day, so he better not discipline my child
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
that's
But
true.
we all know it takes a village to
I'm
raise
not
a
involved
child.
in that.
Yeah.
It takes a village to raise a child. Oh,
Yeah.
say it. Come on now, stop it.
I didn't get involved in the Jersey City.
Say it, stop it,
Because you live in Jersey City with us. Stop
I
it.
do, but I don't get
Stop
involved
it.
in the drama.
Stop it right now.
No, listen to me. I don't. Like, I don't.
No.
I don't.
Stop it.
I don't do that. I mess with him around the corner. She,
No,
I
no,
don't know because we don't deal with the same type of men. Hello.
Oh, snap.
Say it, stop it.
No, I'm serious. Who have I ever beefed with in Jersey City? Because we mess with
No,
tell
say
you.
not. We're
I don't
not
care
saying
where you.
beef.
I don't care where you. No. I don't care where you at. I don't care where you at in the world.
What we
You're not
were
gonna find a
saying,
better.
no.
You're not gonna find a better woman. Jersey
And
City got the
to
best
me,
woman in the world.
and that's what I say. Me personally, I feel like I may
Soldiers.
be. I would never. I love my hood because even though my hood may be how it is right now, I love Jersey City.
Of course.
I represent Jersey City. I've been born and raised, like I said, I've been here. I'm not going anywhere because, like I said, I can speak for
You're not
myself.
going
Nobody.
nowhere?
No, because at the end of the day,
You don't want to leave Jersey City?
no, because at the end of the day,
You don't wanna
when I
travel?
was younger, no, not saying traveling, none of that. When I was younger,
got you.
I always said to myself, when I get to a certain point, I'm going to give back to my community.
Of course.
That's why I'm right now doing something where, like you said, is most people talk about it, but they're not about the war. They just speak about
I'll
it.
tell you right now.
You got to
that,
give something
the
back to
the young
get
brother,
something
the young
out
brother,
of it.
the
You
young
understand
brother
what I'm
this
saying?
afternoon. I think he calls himself to Focus. United Connections.
I know him.
Mm-hmm.
They gave a rally today for
Yeah.
the ages that they did a march that they did on their
Oh,
own.
I heard about that.
And I mean, you know what?
With the
I would,
casket.
you know what? And it was uplifting to me to see that
exactly.
youth have decided. You know what? We're gonna move this movement forward, and
You
we all
have
know a
to.
child shall lead.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, he's a grown man,
And they
young
have a
man,
voice.
and he has
They
a voice,
definitely have,
and I
and
love
we
to see
need
that.
to start listening to our children. That's the thing. As an adult, we don't listen to our children. They may be 5, 6, whatever. They have voices, and that's the sad because every day when I talk to my kids, it's always something. Oh my, you heard such and such got killed, and I'm like, wow, y'all shouldn't even be knowing anything. I wasn't thinking about that when we was younger.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, what? I can hear news from my kids.
You know what?
Mine, and it's
See,
sad.
one thing I've learned, one of my life lessons is learned is that there's no need to be the smartest person in the room. You need to be the smartest person to bring the smartest people into the room.
Exactly. Exactly.
And that's more impactful. You know what I mean? No, I mean, you look at it. I mean, you know, it's all about teamwork. If
It
you
is.
get the right
True.
team. You ladies are doing this thing right now. You guys
Exactly.
are gonna blow up, and I'm gonna
Exactly.
be
This is why we doing it.
And
'cause
like
we
you
wanted
said,
to.
you heard what you said, teamwork. Like I
Teamwork.
said, people always look at things as self-gratification, just they self. Like I said, in order to get results out of our city, we have to give something back.
Yep.
We have to give something. It's imperative that we give something back. If you have children or not, like I said, I see a lot of adults, they are bypassed. They see kids fighting, Bruce, and they won't say anything. I don't even have to know the kid. And I'm like, listen, stop.
I know
I
that's
don't
when I
care.
was brought up. That's
and
how I was.
Exactly.
Like,
And I sometimes I don't. And people like you have to stop doing that because you never know.
Well, to be
No,
honest with
have
you,
to
I'd
do
rather
it.
the kids fight it out. I'd rather them fight it out
Then
than shoot it out.
True.
Yeah.
Yes,
You know,
all that.
fight it
I
out.
was
next
just
week
saying,
they're-
what happened
next
to
week they're
the
friends.
regular fist fighting?
You know.
What happened
Yeah.
to that?
But
Cowards.
you know, so I mean that's what Urban Concerns is trying to do. I'm just going to put out there Wednesday. I believe it's the 7th, right, Takesha? We're having They Talk, We Listen at 6 p.m. at the Bethune Center, where the youth will just take over that day, and we'll listen to all their concerns and issues. And
I wanted to ask
and,
you too,
go ahead.
Chris, about what do you think about our black churches? Some, not all of them, turning their backs on our black people, not making them feel welcoming to come into the church.
I'm going to tell you this though. We can talk about the black churches, but we also can talk about our people. Are we attending church enough? Is church in our lives?
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
you know that's the one thing that we have to touch on. I mean, they have a responsibility to community 100%,
Exactly.
but we also have a responsibility to serve the Lord. And right
Yeah.
now, are we serving the Lord as a community? And
Yeah.
and I think that's something that's not going on right now. You know, quite frankly. So, I mean, there's got to be something both ways.
Do you feel as though the politicians that's in their seats right now, they're doing what they have to do to improve Jersey City?
I'll put it to you this way: we have a new mayor.
Okay.
I'm excited that anytime I see a new generation of leadership about to take office or whatever. I mean, I do believe that you have people out there like Senator Cunningham, who I ran against at one time, who I believe who's really trying to make a difference right now in the community. And me and her constantly, we talk probably about maybe once, twice a week on what we can do to assist each other to bring the message. So I think you do have good leadership out there right now that we can work with and try to make some things happen.
So in the near future, do you see yourself running for mayor again or any office?
What I can say is this: what I see myself doing is making Urban Concerns the best organized community.
He's not giving away that information right now, right, Bruce?
Best organized community group in
watch.
the city, a model for all communities across the state and across the United States. That's what I see myself doing.
Word up,
That
word
sounds
up.
good.
Word on the street is.
So you have to.
Word on the street. Word on the street is what?
What's the word?
What's the word on the
He's
street?
an activist right
Tell
now.
us what's next. Okay, you have something coming Wednesday.
Yeah.
The
You have
children
to
are speaking
let them know.
Wednesday.
And let me explain this now. Takesha is an activist.
Okay.
She works with the children every day. Bruce
Okay.
Alston is a community organizer.
Okay.
All right.
And that's what I want to say is I want to give the activists they do because they're in the trenches every day dealing with our youth.
Yeah.
And those are the people that really need to get the headline. The only thing I can say that I probably brought to this movement is that is by running for office before I've had a familiarity with the media, where it allows Urban Concerns to get much needed media to try to move the movement forward and try to get people. So that's the one thing I can say that myself, Robert Mays, have been able to do. You know what I mean? As far
We're
as
proud
that.
of you.
Yeah.
You're doing a great job.
Do you feel like the social media is helping our youth at all?
I think social. You know what?
You can't blame it on social
No,
media.
No,
Act down,
the new
say it.
public
Don't say
safety
it. I don't-
safety director was saying that's one of the reasons why we have the violence that we have right now in the
Yeah.
city is because of social
Yeah.
media. It's a whole different
But
different world.
again, it has
Because
to start at the home.
It does
Bruce.
have to start at the home, but like
I'm
you said, some
sorry.
people
Let
just
these
don't know
parents take
how
some
to.
responsibilities.
No,
Well,
the parents
What I'm
do.
gonna let you do is this though. I am not qualified to answer that question, so I'm gonna let Takesha come
Okay.
in
Okay.
because
So
she
we're
deals
gonna
with
take-
she
we're gonna
deals
take
with
a
youth
break
every
break
day.
and have
We're gonna take a
our
break. We come back with
Takesha,
you.
the true
All
come
right.
on.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bruce.
ladies.
Thank you for
Bye-bye.
coming.
15 minutes of fame. Let's go.